Hi dancers, thank you for joining me here at SKR Yoga and Wellness. My name is Sam, and today I'm going to lead you through a very quick IT band stretch. So for those that maybe don't know, your IT band is a very thick band of fascia that starts up at the top of your pelvis and then flows all the way down the outsides of your legs and into more fascia that exists behind your patella or your kneecaps. And this is an area that gets really tight for dancers, especially if you do a lot of ballet and you're standing in turnout a lot. This band of fascia can get super tight. So it's really important that we try to stretch the outsides of our legs as much as we can. So that's exactly what this quick little 10-minute flow is going to do. So we're actually going to get started on all fours. So knees right under your hips, hands right under your shoulders. You're going to extend your right leg out behind you, and then on an exhale, cross it over the left as far as it will go, and then you're gonna look over towards that right heel. And this is gonna stretch a little bit more into your waist and side body than it will your leg. But this is also a great area to stretch. So continuing this twist, feel that you're not arching through the back too much, that this twist is really just coming from a lateral sideways place. And we'll bring that foot back to center. Extend your left leg out, and right away we're going to the other side. So on an exhale, cross it over as far as it'll go, looking towards the right side, towards that left foot. Stretching through the left side of your waist. Breathing deep into your abdomen, and we'll release that foot back to center, walking your hands out, tuck your toes. We're coming right away into a downward dog, so lifting your hips up towards the sky, heels relax towards the floor, long through the spine. Shoulder blades are sliding down your back so your shoulders are away from your ears. And then we're going to do something a little bit strange and a little bit different to relax the outsides of our legs here. You're going to kind of pigeon toe your feet. So you're turning your feet in, toes are in, heels are out, and then you're just gonna bend through the knees. And this is a very slight, subtle, and gentle position. We're not forcing anything here. Just taking a very light bend through this turned in position. And you might find a bit of a different sensation through the outside of your legs as they release in this turned in place. You might feel some sensations through the hips as well. Try to breathe through it. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And we'll turn our feet back to a parallel place before we slowly walk the feet forward in between the palms. And let's just hang over those legs. And then bending, deep plie through the knees to roll up through the spine, coming all the way to stand at the top of your mat. You're going to lift your right knee up, grabbing a hold of it with both hands, interlacing your fingers. And then from here, you're going to push your knee into your hands. So as if your foot is trying to reach back down to the floor, but your hands are stopping it. So this is actually going to release a little bit into your lower back. Try to breathe into that low place in the belly. One more deep breath. And from here, just flexing the foot, you're going to cross it over top of that left thigh. Hands come together in front of your heart. And then just bending at the waist, at the hips, sending your hips backwards in space, coming to a standing pigeon pose. Keep that right foot flexed. And if you would like to progress a little bit farther here, you can take your hands forward into a forward fold. Stretching the outside of that hip. Breathing deep, trying to find space. Let's take 1 more deep breath here. And on your next inhale, if you were forward, bring your hands back together, coming up, push to stand, and then we're going to place that right foot back down beside the left, doing that same little sequence on the other side. So right away, lifting the left knee up, pulling it in towards your chest, and then reversing that initiation, so now pushing your knee into your hands to release your low back. So your hands are resisting that knee, stopping it from reaching towards the floor. One more deep breath. And we'll flex all the way through that left foot. Cross it over your right thigh. Hands together in front of your heart, and then sending your hips back. So as if you're sitting in a chair, keep that left foot flexed, and then if you wish, taking that forward fold over top of your legs, keeping your supporting leg bent. Breathing into the outside of that hip. If you are folded forward, try to stay relaxed through the spine, relaxed through the neck. One more deep breath. And on your next inhale, bringing your hands together in front of your heart and then pushing to stand, releasing that left leg down towards the mat. We're going to breathe the arms all the way up on an inhale. Exhale, folding forward over those legs. You can bend and stretch the knees. Do whatever feels good here. And then really getting into the IT bands, you're going to take your right foot and cross it behind the left. So your right foot is fully crossed over, and try to get it as in line with your left foot as you can. So your left knee can bend a little bit here, but your right leg wants to stay straight, and then try to maintain this hold. And we are aiming to feel that stretch or that lengthening on the outside of your right leg here. And try to keep all of your foot on the floor so we're not rolling to the inside or outside of either foot. All 10 toes are firmly pressing into the mat. Heels are pressing into the mat. And we'll go ahead and release that cross right away, going to the other side. So left leg crosses behind the right, trying to bring it in line with your right foot, bending through the front knee, keeping the left knee straight. And then again, releasing the neck. So try to let your body that's hanging over your legs just give into gravity to intensify the stretch here. Remembering not to roll on those feet, keep them firmly pressing into the mat. Take 2 more deep breaths here. And release the cross, coming back to your regular forward fold, and then bend all the way down, coming to a seated position on your mat. Nice and easy. We're going to come into a cow's face pose or a knee pile pose. So how to do that, you're going to take your left foot, cross it underneath the right, so it's right over by your glute, and then you're going to take your right foot and try to do the same thing, stacking your right knee on top of your left. You may already right away feel a nice stretch and lengthening through the outside of that right hip. This is a stretch that I feel almost instantly, and I find my hips here very, very tight in this position. If there's a big gap between your knees, you might want to place a cushion or a block in between to just kind of close that gap to make it a little bit easier on your legs. Otherwise, you can just stay with your knees folded on top of each other here, and then to intensify the stretch even more, we're just going to slowly walk your hands out. And I can't go very far in this position because I feel very, very tight, but I'm just going to breathe through it. We're going to be here for 5 breaths, so taking a little bit longer in this pose. Try to take really slow and steady breaths. And when you're ready, use your hands to walk yourself back in. Very gently release the cross of your legs. Bring the soles of your feet back onto the mat. And we're going to go right away to the other side. So this time, bringing your right foot in first. Left foot crosses on top. So trying to stack the left knee on top of the right. And you might find that one side feels very differently from the other, which is totally normal. Try to feel both sit bones on the floor, sitting up nice and tall. And then once again, if you'd like to intensify this stretch, walking your hands out as far as you can go. And just releasing farther into the stretch here. Breathing deeply for 5 breaths. Walk your hands back in nice and slow. Recover all the way up to stand, or to sit, I should say, releasing your legs. And we're gonna come all the way down onto your back. Just like we did when we were standing, you're gonna flex your right foot, cross it over the left thigh. So you're making a figure 4 position. And then you're just going to keep this shape with your legs, but allow the legs to fall over towards the left. So we're finding a little bit of a spinal twist here, and you might feel a bit of lengthening through the outside of that right leg. Try to keep this knee opening up nice and wide so it's not collapsing in towards you. So keep it pressing open. All of your right foot is pressing into the floor. And then you can reach your arms out beside you. Nice and easy. Breathing into that stretch. We're going to take 3 more deep breaths here. And now from this position, you're going to try and extend your left leg out underneath you, and your right hip will lift off the floor here. And then you're going to also extend through the right leg. So you're stretching through both knees, and with your left hand grabbing the outside of that right leg. So we're really finding a stretch through the outside of that right thigh. And you might need to play with where you grab the foot. You might feel the stretch better if you hold closer to your ankle, closer to the knee. Wherever is best for you, try to hold it and maintain it there for another 3 breaths. Try to stay long through the knees, so we're trying to maintain a stretched leg. And we'll gently release, rolling back to center, bringing the soles of both feet back onto the floor. Maybe just take a moment to feel how your right leg maybe feels different than the left in this moment, noticing any sensations. And we'll go right ahead and repeat that on the left. So flexing the left foot, cross it over the right. Maintain the shape, but just allow your legs to fall over to the right side of your mat. Again, arms can open out to the side, and remembering to keep that left knee opening up. All of your left foot, full sole is on the floor. And we'll be here for another 3 deep breaths. And same as before, you're going to stretch through both legs. So keeping the twist in the spine, but stretching through the top leg, and then going ahead and grabbing whatever you can, wherever makes you feel the stretch more through the outside of your left hip. Remembering to breathe deeply for 3 more breaths. Trying to keep both shoulder blades on the floor. we'll release the leg, rolling back to center. Bring the soles of your feet on the floor. Just take a moment to, again, notice any sensations through the outside of the left leg now. And we'll slowly make our way back up to a seated position. Have your hands behind you, and you're just going to, like a windshield wiper motion, let your knees fall from side to side, just releasing your lower back a little bit. And when you're ready, we'll come to a comfortable seated position, bringing your hands together in front of your heart and bending forward. Namaste. Thank you, dancers, for doing this practice with me. I hope this quick little flow helped you to find a little bit of length and release through the outside of your legs. Please don't forget to like and subscribe before you go, as I release new videos for dancers every single Friday. And I hope that I can see you on the mat again very, very soon. Have a great rest of your day.